really happy to receive that sort of recognition from the chef, especially Chef Colin, who's been a really good mentor throughout the course. And I've been really grateful for the teaching advice of all of the chefs at the school. I've taken everything on board with me. So yeah, it was really nice. Well, I've always wanted to go to culinary school, and I actually went vegan 5 years ago, and I sort of thought that culinary school was maybe out of the question, and I discovered that Le Cordon Bleu offered a plant-based course, which sort of ticked all the right boxes for me, and I really liked the fact that they offered patisserie, cuisine and boulangerie on the same course, so it's quite all-encompassing. I mean, a lot of it was things I was unconfident about before. I know are a bit more polished and refined now, and I was really nervous beforehand that I've never done any sort of professional plating. And I think that the chefs gave me some really valuable advice that there's not really a wrong or right way of doing it, and you sort of develop your own style, which I think I've sort of been able to do, or at least start doing by now, and I'm a lot more confident with how my dishes are looking when they're finished. I always really loved the free interpretation lessons that we did as part of the course. We did a few of them, and I just found it really, really interesting to see the completely different outcomes, the completely different wide variety of dishes that everyone else in my class came up with, just from the same small set of ingredients. It's just really fascinating to me how many different sort of things there were you can do with it. I would say, so he's not actually plant-based, but Yotta Motolengi, I love his style of cooking, and I love the way that he combines interesting different techniques and flavours to bring out the best in vegetables, sort of improve them for what they are rather than sort of drown them out with overpowering flavours or, you know, boiling them to mush, which a lot of people tend to do. So I find that really inspiring. Well, for me, 2 years seems quite near, but I really want to sort of combine my love of cooking and food and my passion for travelling. And I'd really love, at some point, it might take more than 2 years, but I'd love to sort of be able to work and travel, however that may pan out. I've been eyeing up moving to Australia for a while, so that's probably my end goal. But at some point in the future, I'd love to have my own plant-based patisserie. I think that would be sort of my dream. I think the rest of my group, I had a really, really great group. The chefs commented that we were like a really well-bonded group. We had a lot in common. It was just really fun being in the classroom with them. We all sort of learned things from each other, and it was great to sort of learn from the chefs in the classroom as well. So I think, yeah, being in the classroom with my group and with the chefs, that was really fun, yeah. I think what the Cordon Bleu means to me is they've given me a really strong foundation of knowledge and experience to sort of, and the confidence to move forward in a career in cooking, which is kind of what I was really looking for when I applied for the course. And I feel like I'm sort of well set. I've got like a good mixture of classic techniques and some more modern, innovative techniques. And some different ways of using plants I hadn't thought of before. Yeah, and it's definitely given me confidence that I can work in a professional environment.